Hello watch lovers! This video is a little bit different. Now, as per usual, I'm bringing you the best and most significant watches in the world, but now it's no longer just an opinion. Today I'm bringing you the hottest timepieces on the market as determined by Wristwatch. Wristwatch is a definitive guide to the most coveted timepieces in the luxury watch industry. We're ranking the top 50 watches that have dominated the market over the last year, according to a brand new report carried out by Watchfinder at the end of 2024. The Watchfinder & Co team has collated over 4.5 million different data points, surveys, global research and media monitoring, as well as scoured everything from press coverage, celebrity endorsement, right through to cold hard Google search analytics and of course, sales data, and then put it all together in a massive report. So this isn't some Sunday picnic SpongeBob Squiggly Pants tier list based on frivolous opinions and personal bias. No, these is real facts, baby. So join me as I run down the top watches according to Wristwatch, the definitive luxury watch ranking. Will your favourite watch make the cut? Before we find out, let me tell all you uber watch nerds out there that sadly there's no way this video could encapsulate the entire report. There's just way too much information. Major TMI, but you can read the full report by clicking the link in the description below. Right, so firstly, here's how it works. In order to rank the top 50 watches, Wristwatch captures 7 key considerations. Search. How many people looked up the watch online? Here, consumer interest was measured via the increase in Google search volumes for the top watch series in 2024 in comparison to 2023. Celebrity influence. This is how much celebrity endorsement and association a watch received. Celebrity influence analyses the volume, engagement, visibility, and advocacy rate of the top celebrity endorsements on social media. Social media impact. Internet points, clout, how much positive chatter a watch enjoyed online. Here, social media impact analyses the volume, engagement, visibility, and advocacy rate of all organic social media posts. Sales. How many watches were sold in 2024? Simples. This is based on the watches that have sold the most in 2024 by Watchfinder & Co. Pre-owned watch price. This is how much its pre-owned price changed over the last year. This metric looks to see how a series value has held or gained in 2024 versus 2023 in the pre-owned market, using Watchfinder pricing data. And although price drops don't necessarily reflect a decrease in demand, and are most likely just price adjustments related to the soaring values we saw during the pandemic, pre-owned value is still a key factor in watch buying decisions, and that's why it's a key component of this report. Brand recognition. How well recognised it was by the public, by brand and style based on a survey of 3,000 people. And then finally, editorial exposure. How much favourable press coverage it garnered. This is an analysis of the volume of editorial coverage for each of the 50 watches. All the watches were then assigned a rank in each individual category based on the gathered raw data, and then the scores for each watch in each category were combined to create one composite score for each watch. These were then ranked from highest to lowest to create our final top 50. So, here's the global top 10. At 10, the Rolex Oyster Perpetual. This ranked in the top 10 of the sales, social media and editorial categories, thus helping earn Rolex's little workhorse a place in the global top 10. At 9, we have the Rolex Datejust. This ranked number 1 in the brand recognition category, and it also sat well with the celebs. Number 8 is the Cartier Santos. A huge surge in interest last year saw the Santos rank number 2 in the search category, while hovering around the top 10 in almost all other categories. Number 7 is the Omega Seamaster, the Bond watch, the James Bond watch. Strong rankings across all category, but doing particularly great in sales, where it sits at 3rd in that category. Number 6 is the Rolex GMT series. Huge with the press, the celebs and the influencer crowds, and up there in sales too. At number 5 we have the Omega Speedmaster. In the top 5 for most categories, but let down by its ranking at 30 in brand recognition. I guess the 3,000 people surveyed there had never heard of a little thing called the moon. Number 4 is the Rolex Daytona. Now this is one talked about watch. It was covered in over 6,825 articles globally in 2024 and mentioned in 103,923 social media posts. Its fame has elevated it into the top 3 in the recognition, social media and celebrity categories, and number 1 in the editorial category. Notable Daytona wearers include Roger Federer, Usher and John Mayer, obviously. At number 3 we have the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. Like the Daytona, the Royal Oak has a massive presence online and it stands in a league of its own when it comes to celebrity admirers, spotted on the wrists of celebs almost twice as often as its closest competitor. Some notable Royal Oak wearers include films actor Shah Rukh Khan, aka SRK, Tamara Ralph and John Mayer again. His watch collection is a wonderland. Number 2 is the Rolex Submariner. The iconic diver's watch is in the top 3 when it comes to sales, search and social media. Its pre-owned price and lack of admiration from foolish celebrities though is the only thing keeping it off the top spot. So at number 1 we have the Rolex Datejust, ranking number 1 in Google search, social media and sales, and top 10 among celebs and the press, and actually the Datejust accounted for nearly 15% of all sales of watches that featured in the top 50 at Watchfinder in 2024. The Rolex Datejust is the undisputed champion. So that's the top 10, and if beforehand you'd have guessed that among the top 10 would be Rolex and Omega watches, then you'd have been right on 8 counts, with Rolex dominating with 6 of the top 10 watches being their creations. But it's not just about the top 10, there were some very unexpected discoveries and outliers throughout the list, so let's check them out. The Tudor Black Bay series just misses out on the global top 10, reaching 11th place, but in the process managing to beat off established icons like the Cartier Tank at 12, Rolex Explorer at 13, and Tag Heuer Carrera at 14. And if you're wondering where Patek Philippe's famous Nautilus has got to, then you'll find that at number 15. Ranking highly in 5 of the 7 categories, but let down by its sales figures and volatile pricing. The Tag Heuer Formula 1 is at 16, Breitling Chronomat at 17, and the Cartier Panther is at 18. This little fella actually ranked number 1 in pre-owned price, having had the greatest price appreciation from 2023 to 2024, increasing by over 15%. The Omega Constellation is at 19, and then everybody's favourite, rounding out the top 20, the Hublot Classic Fusion. People just love those Hublots and consequently buy lots of them and wear them on social media and at parties and things, so there you go. So that's the top 20. Longines just misses out on the top 20 with the Conquest series coming in at 21. The now deleted from the current Rolex catalogue Rolex Cellini is hanging on in there at 27, and bizarrely at 32, above the Aquaterra, the Skydweller and the Pelagos, is the Patek Philippe Golden Eclipse. Who'da thunk it? And then also to note 2 more slightly odd Patek Philippe rankings in the shape of the Gondola and the newly minted Cubitus at 38 and 39 respectively. The Rado Captain Cook finds itself at number 40, good on it, and Tudor's entry-level watch the Ranger can be found at 42. The Cartier Bain Noir is at 43, 3 places higher than the Aquanaut, and actually ranked number 9 in the Google search category, which I think is probably the result of it being a desirable, elegant option from one of the hottest watchmakers right now, combined with people searching for how to pronounce it. And then finally at 50 is the IWC Ingenieur, the underappreciated Genta-designed integrated sports watch. Now, some shockers for you. Firstly, the absence of any Grand Seiko. I mean, what is wrong with you people? Although the Snowflake does rank 36 overall in the US charts. And also no Richard Milles, A. Lange & Söhnes or FP Journes. Which is a bit odd, but I suppose they are quite niche brands, certainly not mainstream by any stretch, and also quite pricey. So maybe that's just a result of the cost of living crisis. Even Richard Mille collectors are starting to feel the pinch. Anyway, So there you go, that about wraps up our rundown of wristwatch, Watchfinder's definitive luxury watch ranking. And keep an eye out as we'll be revisiting this every 12 months. So if you want to, as the kids may or may not say sometimes, stay on trend, then stay tuned for more wristwatch in the future. I hope you enjoyed this insight into what's hot in the luxury watch market at the moment. And if you're on the lookout for your next pre-owned watch, why not head over to watchfinder.com, where you can find thousands of watches from all the best brands. Check it out, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.